y'all, welcome back to our channel. So I have a fun video today for all of you mamas or pregnant mamas or grandmas or whoever. So I was making a list the other day. I try to stay on top of things. I try to plan ahead, all that good stuff when it comes to important things like having a baby. So the other day I sat down to make a list of all the stuff that I would need for baby number 3. For those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm Chrissy. I am 23 and a half weeks. These days, people ask me, I'm just like, I don't even know. 23 and a half weeks pregnant with baby girl number 3. We have 5-year-old little girl, Brooklyn, and a 2.5-year-old little girl, Mackenzie. So there's really not that much that I personally have to get, but better be safe than sorry, right? So one of the things that after having our first baby, I realized was you really don't need that many things for a baby. Now, if you're having multiples, twins, then bless your souls, your babies are the cutest, but you probably have to buy a double of everything. So if you're just having one baby, you can get by with having the smallest amount of things possible, if that makes sense. So I thought I would make a video today to help some of you mamas out. Maybe you're pregnant with your first baby and you're overwhelmed. You walk into Bye Bye Baby like I did to register, and you wanted to walk right back out the front door because you're like, what is all this stuff? So I have my list here, my notes, so don't forget anything. So let's jump on in. Okay, the first thing when it comes to buying things for your baby is when you go to register for your baby. I'm not registering for this third baby because it's my third baby and it's my third girl, so there's not much that I need. So when you register for your first baby, here are my tips, and this kind of goes with your, if you're registering for a wedding too, or any occasion. People procrastinate. Okay, so people will probably buy you something like the day before your shower, the day of your shower maybe. So my tip to you is to register places where people that are easily accessible to people. Target, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond or Babies R Us or somewhere. Is Babies R Us still a thing? I don't know. Bye Bye Baby. Register where people can just get in, get you a gift, and get out. I know you like places like little boutiques online. Maybe people will probably give you money, so maybe use that towards specialty shops that you like to shop at. But I think for the majority of things, maybe your bigger ticket items, it's easier on people if they can run into a Target or somewhere and buy you your gift. So that's my number one tip, is to be mindful that people are gonna shop for you last minute. So if you register somewhere where they can easily run into, it saves them a whole lot of stress, I think. So also, people are gonna wanna buy you cute things. Cute things that they see when they're out different places that may not be on your registry, which I know can be, well, you know what I mean. So be specific with people when they ask you, what do you need for baby? You be specific and you say, I need some white onesies or whatever it is you need. Like, be very specific with people because, I mean, people want to buy you what they want to buy you. Let's just be honest. It's that way with weddings too. So be specific with people if they ask you, what do you need for your baby? Okay, so starting with our list. I don't have everything. I have a few things that I can share with you, but most of this stuff I either don't have yet or it's in storage and I don't know where it's at. So the very first thing going along with being specific with people is people are going to want to buy you pretty frilly, if you're having a girl, clothes for your baby. But keep in mind that your baby, probably until they're 6 months old, if they're like my kids, will probably live in pajamas. Or they'll live in little onesies. So for example, this baby will be born in August. So she will probably either live in little sleepers or little things like this. And these are great because you can get a pack of them for nothing. Because let's be honest, baby clothes are overpriced. But also, make sure that when you buy your clothes, you're not buying all newborns. You're not buying all 0 to 3 months. You're not even buying all 3 to 6 months. You could birth a baby. You could birth a baby that goes straight into 0 to 3 month clothes and completely skip the newborn stage. Brooklyn was born 3 weeks early, so she needed a few preemie things. She was a tiny baby and she needed a lot of newborn things. Kinsey was born a week late and she was a bigger baby, so we pretty much skipped the newborn phase for her. Same goes with diapers. Make sure you're registering for, I would just register for size 1 diapers and then just buy a few packs of newborn, if that. Honestly, you could just buy 1 pack and then see how big your baby is, and then Amazon Prime you some newborn diapers if you need them. But buy simple basics, especially for the first 6 months, because that's all that they'll live in and they'll go through them like crazy. AKA poop and spit up. Okay, the second thing is, and I thought that I had some, but I guess I don't. The Gerber cloth diapers. And not necessarily for diapering, which if you want to go that route, then that's fine. But I bought the pack, I think they come in like a 10 pack, and they're cheap too. The white Gerber cloth diapers, and I use those for burp cloths. And I used them to kind of place under them if I was changing them in public or what have you. So I use those a lot, especially when I was nursing, for spills and all kind of stuff. So those are always good to have on hand. The next thing you're gonna want is, well, I found it beneficial, is a carrier. And I use this so often, and I actually had 2, which I found beneficial. You can get away with 1. We bought the Ergo, I think it was actually a knockoff Ergo, but we bought the Ergo for when they were 6 months plus. But I really loved this thing. This is the Happy Baby wrap, and I can't even remember where I got it, to be honest. I think it was one of those sites like Zulily or somewhere, but it is just a fabric stretchy wrap. Now you're gonna have to YouTube how to put this on. But even my husband loved wearing it. I passed it down to my sister when her baby was born and she liked it. You're not always gonna want, well, if you're like us, we have 3 kids, you're not always gonna want like all these strollers. It's just easy when they're newborns to just carry them. So wraps are great, carriers are great. Now the next obvious thing you're gonna need is a car seat. Now, if I had to go back and tell my former self when I was pregnant with Brooklyn, splurge on the travel system. I did not, because I didn't want to spend the money. So we bought a cheap but safe car seat, and then we bought a stroller, and we tried to like buy the attachments, put them together. It was just kind of a hot mess. So my tip to you is, if you're gonna splurge on anything, splurge on the car seat and the stroller. And also another tip is to buy a stroller that can then function as a single stroller, or if you have 2 kids, a double stroller. One of those strollers that can configure into different ways, because your baby is only going to be in their infant car seat for, if you have big babies like me, like 6 months before they convert to a convertible car seat. So you want a stroller, you want to go ahead and spend the money on a stroller that can convert to like a toddler stroller, or like I said, a double stroller. So spend money on the car seat and the stroller. I think it's worth it. You'll just get more bang for your buck, more use out of it, as opposed to buying a ton of different parts. So you're also going to need something for baby to sleep in. obviously. Now, if this had been a month ago when I did this video, I would have told you, go get the Rock and Play. Like, that would have been my number one, like, if you buy anything for your baby, car seat and a Rock and Play, hands down. My babies, well, Brooklyn slept in a swing because she had to be moving at all times. She slept in a swing for 4 months. Kenzie slept in the Rock and Play for 4 months. And it literally was a lifesaver for us. I mean, it completely saved our sanity. We could take it to my mom's house. We could take it downstairs. We could move it from room to room. It was just amazing. So, I'm not going to let my kids sleep in the Rock and Play. Don't start hating on me. So, I'm going to buy a bassinet for this baby. So we have a Moses basket that I love. It's beautiful. We got it when Brooklyn was born. But the reason why I prefer a bassinet is because it's portable. Like, I want one that can fold up and I can take it on vacation, or it'll fold up and I can take it to my mom's house or whatever. Sometimes pack and plays are just too much to transport different places. You probably will want to pack and play for when your kid is older and if you travel a lot, it'll be beneficial for you to have a pack and play. But for a baby, I advise, obviously you don't take my advice, but I think the best way to go is a portable bassinet that you can move from room to room, you can take with you when you go places, what have you. So I think there's actually one by Graco, one by Fisher-Price that we're looking at now. We obviously haven't purchased it yet, but that will be what baby will probably sleep in. Okay, so one thing that a lot of people recommend getting for your baby, and we used it for Brooklyn, didn't use one for Kenzie, is a diaper genie. Honestly, we just bought some of those, I call them poop bags. They just look like those bags that you can use for your dogs. And I kept those on me. I keep them in our nursery, and I would just chunk dirty diapers into the garage. Honestly, our diaper genie started smelling after a little bit, and it just wasn't worth it to have it in the house. And then we moved it to the garage, and I was like, there's no point in this. We'll just throw them in the trash outside. So that's what we did. The next thing that we still use with both of our girls is a sound machine. I don't know how people function without a sound machine. Like, maybe it's just because our family is too loud, but even Brooklyn, my 5-year-old, still cannot sleep without a sound machine. So sound machine is a must. I don't remember the kind that we have in the other room for them, but it was one of those that have like the projector on the screen, which kind of broke after a little bit. But if you're gonna splurge on a sound machine, I would recommend the Hatch Baby, I think is what it's called. I would love to have that sound machine, but we'll see. I think it's $50. So if it's your first baby and you're making a registry and people ask you what they can get you, I recommend putting that on your registry. One, because it functions as a sound machine, but it also functions as a nightlight, and it also functions like when your child gets older and they like to get up out of bed before they're supposed to, it can function as one of those like okay to wake alarms. So you're getting pretty good. I mean, you're getting 3 products in one. So I guess it's not that expensive if you think of it that way. Next thing that hands down I think every parent should buy for their baby are muslin blankets. We have, my gosh, we bought a set for Brooklyn, we bought a set for Kenzie. They still use these. Let's say we go on a walk outside at night, they'll still use these to cover up with. If they're in the car and they're chilly, they'll use this. You can use these as like a nursing cover. You can use them in their crib because they're, well, not when they're babies, but they're breathable. My girls still reach for these all the time. They're stretchy. Our favorites are the Aiden and I, but we haven't really tried that many different ones. I was trying to make sure. These are actually from Cloud Island, and they're good too. And you can get those at Target. So muslin blankets, they'll use them. I mean, they'll use them. My 5-year-old still uses them. So these are a good investment. You can use them for so many different things. I always keep one in my diaper bag too. Speaking of diaper bags, obviously these are just my opinions. You can do whatever you want to. I recommend, especially if you have more than one kid, a backpack diaper bag. So with Brooklyn, I had the Vera Bradley. It was a convertible diaper bag, so it could convert into a backpack, and I loved it. And then with Kenzie, I had like a cheaper backpack. I found this bad boy on Amazon, which I'm gonna do a whole video on and what I keep in it later on, but it looks identical to the Fawn diaper bags that are over $100. And this is what I will be using, baby Addison. When you have more than one kid, you need to be as hands-free as possible. So I recommend any sort of backpack diaper bag that you can have. Also, it's always nice if they have stroller clips. This comes with one inside, stroller clips to attach to strollers. That's always handy too. The more practical, the better, honestly. Okay, last thing or two. I video monitor. If you're gonna spend money, spend one on a video monitor. I always freak out when I can't see my kids, but that's just me. Even if I can hear them, I need to see them because they need to be seen. So, video monitor, necessity for us at least. And then the last thing, they come in little 3-packs. They're the changing pad, not covers, but like the changing pad. Oh, I wish I had one. I'll find a picture and I'll put it up here. We carry those everywhere we go to put on top of changing tables. If I have to change my kids in the car, which happens all the time, I will lay that underneath them. So those are inexpensive and really great to have. But that is my list for baby. Those are the things that I will be looking for baby number 3. Those are the things that I think, in my own opinion, are just essentials. And also, if you're a mom and there are things that you found essential, leave it in the comments so that other people can read it and so that I can see it too. There's always stuff that I'm sure I leave out. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more baby style videos. And we will see you in our next video. Bye.